Oh, are we live? Are we live again? Oh, we live. Live action. What up, Dr. Pinesett here, the study doc. And today we're talking Will Smith. We're talking Chris Rock. We're talking about this slap. We're talking about the Oscars. And we're going to hit it from a new perspective. So if you came in here and you're like, oh, I want to hear Dr. Pinesett talk about this. I want to see him talk about this moment. I think it's very important. We're going to get into this. But there's so many nuances here and things that we have to talk about. In particular, I want you guys to learn from this moment because it's a hugely teachable moment that I think a lot of people are missing. Right, wrong, right, maybe, whatever. There's lessons here and lessons that will impact your guys' lives as students and as pre-meds, particularly if you're trying to achieve something great. So I want everyone to tune in because we're about to go at it live action, y'all. So check this intro and let's get at it. What I teach you guys is transformation. If you didn't dominate, changes need to be made. So I give you guys entire systems that make you new. But stop making excuses, stop whining, stop, right? Get at it. No excuses, just dominate. All this goodness. All right, so we're live. Will Smith slapped the bejeebies out of Chris Rock. It was a good, solid man smack, particularly because Chris Rock was not even ready. So we're going to get to the teachable parts of this. But the first thing I want to say straight off the top is that anyone who tries to defend Will Smith hitting Chris Rock in the face is an idiot. And I say that strongly, fervently, because we have to understand very clearly that violence and words is two very different things. And if someone is saying something to you and they're saying something that's terrible, I hate your mother, whatever, you still can't hit a person. That's an escalation of force, right? It would be the example, right? Look at Ukraine and Russia right now. Like, oh, is it justified? Is it not? No. And you shooting missiles, that's violence. And I'm against violence. I'm anti-violence. I'm sorry. I am that way. I'm anti-violence, except for in the case of defending yourself. Now, I'm a big guy. You guys see me. If you guys see me in person, people are always like, dang, you're bigger than you look on TV. You see me in person, you don't want to rumble tumble with me, right? That's the reality. So when I'm out places, people know they don't really mess with me. But if you are to go ahead and put your hands on me or on my wife or on my children, then you've escalated now to touching. Now we're touching. So I'm going to touch you back and I'm bigger than you. It's going to be a bad look for you, right? We can escalate the violence. But what happened last night was wrong on all levels, y'all, because you can't take words and meet them with violence and be like, oh yeah, that's justified. That's violence. You stand up for her. He's protecting her. And I saw this, and I bring this up because we're gonna get to you guys as students as pre-meds. So bear with me here. But I saw Tiffany Haddish, and I can't stand Tiffany Haddish, y'all. She's like, she's awful to me. And you might be a Tiffany Haddish fan. I'm not. Why? Because she plays up on stereotypes that are negative about Black people, and that becomes her comedy line. Like, oh, look at me. I'm so ignorant. I'm so uneducated. I talk this way. That's her shtick, right? And so I don't like it because I'm like, this is not funny to me that you're making a mockery of how you came up and you haven't elevated yourself or you have, but you're going to talk back into that mode. And that, like, to me, it's weak. So she came out and was like, oh yeah, he's defending, and if you can't defend Black women, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. There's defense and there's offense. And that was offense, y'all. And I was offended by Will Smith's offense there. It was weak to slap somebody, particularly somebody who's on stage thinking everything's all good. You can't, without warning, no verbal, just hit somebody. It's wrong. So anyway, we got that out of the way. So we understand my stance. But for you guys as students in pre-meds, who wants to learn the importance and significance for you guys as students and as pre-meds, this is so important. And there's a couple points we're going to make, okay? I'm going to make 3. I won't hold you guys all night. We're going to make 3 points that are super crucial for you guys. We are live action right now over on YouTube. If you are not on my YouTube channel, get to my YouTube channel. Right now, we live action, catching this after the fact. Make sure right now, if you guys are with me, you're ready to learn. Right, we're gonna take it to that next level. So I've given you my commentary because everybody's commenting on today because everyone wants a trend and whatever. You guys know I don't do trendy. I do education. So I'm here to educate you guys on how you guys can get better. So if you're ready for that, like the video right now. Let's go. Let's get at it. Okay. So the number one takeaway goes back to, I'm gonna bring up Ukraine and Russia again because I did a video that was somehow controversial when I was speaking the truth, which is I was talking about Ukraine and Russia, and I was getting messages from students who were so emotionally distraught because they're already upset about COVID, already upset about the economics, already upset about inflation. Now we have a country getting pummeled by a bully of a country, Russia coming on Ukraine, however you feel about it, right? And people are like overwhelmed by this. And I said, hey guys, if you aren't Ukrainian, if you don't know any Ukrainian people, don't let your worry for the Ukrainian people slow you down in your pursuits. Because the best thing you can do is keep moving forward, be successful, get a leadership position, and then change how this world works. And people are like, oh my gosh, people could be emotional. Let people be emotional. And what we all have to understand, and what successful people understand, and what happy people understand, is there's a big difference between emotion and action. So I can be offended, I can be hurt, I can be sad, I can feel unmotivated. But how I feel and how I act are two totally different things. And people who are successful, people who have good relationships, people who are happy in this life can separate their emotions from their actions. And if you think I'm crazy, hear me out right now, right? How many of you guys have people in your life who are stressed about something in their day, their work, their job, something that happened to them? And they take that stress, that emotion, and they turn it into action against you. And they treat you poorly. How does that make you feel? Is that the right thing? Do you agree that they should treat you however they feel like because they feel a certain way? Think about this, guys. This is very, I'm trying to bring it down for you guys. If someone goes through something that they don't enjoy and they have a negative feeling about it, can someone take their negative feeling about something that has nothing to do with you and act on it towards you? Is that appropriate? We're live, y'all. You can comment in the box right now. I'll wait because we're here to learn. Is it appropriate? Would you like that relationship? Would you be like, oh man, it's the best person ever. It's so great. They'd be stressed about this. They come over here and they yell at me. This is awesome. It's awesome. No, you'd say, whoa, you gotta control your emotions. However, when we're talking about people in a situation where the emotion and the action are tied, we look at it differently. So if someone says something to me that hurts me and causes an emotion in me, people are like, oh, how are you supposed to act? You got to act on that. You're emotional. You hurt. No, you can be hurt. You can be mad. You can be upset, but you can choose how you act on it. That's what you get to do, guys, right? That's your choice. Does everybody understand what I'm saying right now? You get to choose how you want to react to that thing. And people who are successful understand that. People who have fruitful relationships understand that aspect of it. And hold on one second, guys. My phone is someone trying to call me in the middle of my live stream. They don't know I'm live right now. It's 5 p.m. Dr. Pinesett, if you guys are with me right now, say what up. Say what up. Comment right now, like this video right now. So we have to be able to separate our emotions from our actions. And the way this plays out, guys, I'm gonna give you guys a real life scenario for you guys. It's again, it's one of these things. I'm a black male, you see me. And one big beef I have with black internet is we constantly point out injustice. It's not fair. It's not right. They don't treat us right. They make me feel bad. I don't feel welcome. And they want to focus on that instead of saying, well, wait, how they want to make you feel is unwelcome. That's their goals, to make you feel unwelcome, because they hope that you leave. If you then feel unwelcome and you leave, who wins? I don't feel welcome, so I'm not going to. When I was applying to medical school, I went and I interviewed at an Ivy League school. And I really wanted to go to this school. I was very excited about the school. And I got to this interview and I sat down with this old white guy who looked at me directly in my face before we started anything and said, hey, we don't have a lot of people like you here. Do you think you'd really fit in? And he said it to me with a straight face. With a straight face in my interview. First things off the bat. No other questions. It's the first thing he asked me. And in that moment, right, I know what he means. Do you guys know what he means? What did he mean when he said, hey, listen, hey, we're an Ivy League school. We don't have a lot of people like you. You really think you fit in here? What is he saying? Kanisha, listen to me right now, Kanisha, or I'm going to bring it full circle. You're asking questions. I got answers to. So let's go. Let's talk about it. If he says that to me, what does he mean by that, y'all? We're an Ivy League school, and we don't have a lot of people like you. How are you going to fit in here? He's talking about don't bring your black ass up here because we don't have any darkies like you. And we don't want you darkies up here. That's what he's saying to me in this interview. That's what he's saying to me. So in that moment, this is live action. I'm in my, guys, for all you guys who are pre-meds who want to go to medical school, the moment you wait for is that precipice of applying. You're at the doorsteps. You got to interview. You're on the campus where you want to be. This is your moment. And he says to me, don't bring your black ass around here. Right there and start the interview. We got a 45-minute session together. It's the first question out there. So now I'm hurt. I'm mad. Oh, the indignity, the injustice. What could I have done? I could have acted on that emotion and said, man, you mother. I could have gone over the desk. I could have done whatever. How could you say this to me? You raise a mother. But if I do that, y'all, what does that mean about me? If you always act on your emotions, that's what little kids do because they haven't developed self-control. So if you look at what happened last night, it's an example of what happens to so many people. They are out of control. They don't have control of themselves, of their emotions. Because you can feel a way, but the person who succeeds, the person who has a life of people around them, understands how I feel and how I act are different. You have to be able to control yourself. And it's the same reason we procrastinate. It's the same reason we don't do what we're supposed to do because we don't have control. We let our emotions say, nah, I don't feel good. I'm not going to study today. Man, I feel like partying. I don't feel like studying. I'm going to party. Instead of doing what you need to be doing, the correct action, separating how you feel and how you act. And so in that moment, y'all, right? I said, control it. You're pissed. I'm looking at him like, oh man, this. But now I'm going to channel my action to work for me, not against me. Hear me and hear me now. I took that emotion, that fire, that anger, and I made it functional. So when Kanata asked earlier, so we're supposed to do nothing when people offend us? No. You take how much they offended you, how much they hurt your feelings, how they make you feel unwelcome, how they make you feel less than, and you flip it and you make it functional emotion to create functional action. And this is step 2, is that not only can we control and separate our emotion from our action, but the highest level, y'all, first level is separate emotion from action. But that second, next level, if you want to be successful, is you have to be able to then distinguish functional action from non-functional action. So if you look at Will Smith last night, right? Clearly was not in control of his emotions. You could see it on his face. He's crying, he's sobbing, whatever, all that stuff. His emotions took over his action. Step 1 wrong. Step 2 wrong, he went up and he slapped Chris Rock unarmed. Right? Can't do it. The better response would have been like, hey, you wrong. Apologize to my wife. Or maybe drop an F-bomb. Keep my wife's effing name out your mouth. Cool. That's a functional response because now who looks bad, y'all? Chris Rock, maybe. But who doesn't look bad? Will Smith. He looks in control. He looks poised. He looks like a defender of his wife. We're not talking about the slap today. We're talking about, man, Chris Rock, how can he make that joke? This woman, hair loss, well, and that becomes the issue. But we can't even get there because everybody's making memes like this, like it's funny when it's people's lives. You guys see it today? You guys like these posts where people posting these memes, making fun of it. It's not something to make fun of, y'all. This is 2 men fighting real emotions. That's his wife. It's not funny, but you guys go around and you like everybody's posts, posting these dumbass memes, making fun of a real situation. I thought it was serious. I thought we were protecting black women, but it's funny to laugh at this black man being slapped. It's funny to laugh at this black man whose emotions are hurt because his black wife. That's funny? Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're right. You can't separate the two. Does everybody understand what I'm saying right now? But all day today, my whole feed is people posting these memes and it's funny and whatever. If that's funny to you, then everything that went down is fair game. Chris Rock can make the joke. It's all fair game. But you can't have it both ways. So in this interview, this man says this to me. Says, hey, don't bring your black ass up here. We don't want you. We don't have anybody like you. We're not with that program. Right? And looks at me because he wants to poke me. I recognize he's trying to poke me, trying to make me emotional, trying to make me act out, trying to make me out of control. But no. I'm too controlled. Baby, you can't shake this. I know I belong here because I'm in control. I'm confident in myself. Yes? Does everybody understand what I'm saying? I'm centered in myself. I know who I am. You cannot shake me emotionally. You cannot shake me personally. My identity is solid. I know exactly who I am. And so I respond to this gentleman. When you say that, do you mean excellent? Do you mean scholars? Do you mean people who make a difference? Do you mean leaders? Clarify for me. And I flip it back on him. And I proceed to have 45 minutes because I'm fired up. So now I'm dialed in. I was like, now I'm dialed in. I'm like, no, now I'm nailing this interview. For 45 minutes, I'm socking it to this guy. Every single question I got answers for, dog. I got it. It's right here. And at the end of 45 minutes, y'all, had a great interview day. It's like, cool, whatever. Walked out. I'm upset about it. I'm mad about it. I flew back from East Coast to West Coast. When I landed in the plane, I had a voicemail on my phone from this medical school telling me I was admitted that day, that moment, y'all. Not their normal protocol, but that day they called and admitted me. That's functional action. I recognize this is my moment. If I lash out, if I'm whatever, who wins? He wins. So now I get into this school and it gives me the opportunity to now change things, to be an agent of change. Everyone wants to be an agent of change by shouting at the moon. I watch people's feeds. You're shouting at the moon. Ooh, injustice. Ooh, injustice. Oh yeah, you're really a change agent. Thank you for pointing out there's no black doctors. Wow, you really, oh my gosh, you're the cure. No, I got into medical school. I went to Stanford Medical School. I graduated top of my class, Stanford Medical School. I became the physician. I spend most of my work week working with students of color, disadvantaged students, all students to uplift. But if I blew up in that interview, none of that comes to fruition. Instead, I'd be on Instagram like, oh yeah, I could have been a doctor, but the man was against me, so I went off. And all y'all want to go off is injustice out here. Boom. I'm not with that program. I'm with rising above. I'm with making a difference. I'm with being in the power seat. I'm with being able to make change. And I'll tell you, here's an example. You guys know, right? I'm an anesthesiologist. I went to UCSD anesthesia. This year, the match just happened, right? The match just happened. One of my students matched in anesthesia. Matched in anesthesia where? At UCSD. I made multiple phone calls on their behalf. Before interview day, everyone who was interviewing this student knew exactly who they were. And now they're into this top anesthesia program. That's making a difference. That's the separator. But everyone be all indignant. Screw all that. Get at it. Be successful. Do the right thing. Be in control of your emotions. You guys see me, I'm very fiery, but I'm always in control because I know who I am. You can never get me to act out of my own character because my character is me. You guys ever hear me apologize for anything I say on here? No, I never apologize. Not never. I see Eddie's on here. Eddie was at that event when these people try to say I was out of line. I'm not never out of line. I'm right in line. I'm right in the pocket where I want to be. Control, control, control. Are you in control? Are you able to separate your emotion from your action? Are you able to do that? If not, then what are we doing? Right? What are we doing? In your life, are you in control on a daily basis? Are you able to say, listen, you know what? I don't feel like working, but I'm going to push through anyway. How many of you guys are able to do that? Think about that. Why am I successful? Because I was able to separate my emotions from my actions. Why are my students successful? Because I teach them how to separate, put in systems that make it so that their emotions have nothing to do with what they do. They just carry out effective action. That's the separator. People who succeed have systems. Why are systems awesome? Because the system doesn't have emotions. The system just functions. The system just executes. The system is just productive, action oriented. That's the separator. So if we take emotions out the equation and every day our systems are in place to allow us to carry out, right, the effective action that's different from our emotions and also the effective action that gets us closer to our goal, turns out you will be successful. But a lot of you guys are reliant on your emotions. It's the same reason you're always on social media looking for some dumbass quote, looking for some dumb, like, oh, look at the picture of this person in their white coat. Oh, the inspiration I feel. Oh, I'm so inspired. Yet you are not successful. Probably because you're reliant on your day-to-day emotional swings to be high level because you have no systems in place. You have no workflows in place. You have no functional, productive, healthy habits. Where are you at? You impulse eat. You impulse buy. You at the grocery store hungry. Think about that, y'all. I'm always telling you guys, hey guys, listen, if you want to level up, get to my website, get into a coaching program. Why? Because 5 minutes of me, 30 seconds of me isn't going to change your life. But if you sit down with me and learn my systems, I'll change your entire life. There's a difference there. Do you guys get what I'm putting out right here? Will Smith needs some systems in his life because clearly that relationship is out of control. He's out of control, that whole thing. And I'll end with this. If Chris Rock really wanted to be malicious, y'all, I don't know if he knew about alopecia or not, but if Chris Rock wanted to be malicious, y'all, what would he have said about Jada and Will Smith? Exactly. Will went to the Oscars hungry. You know it, right? If Chris Rock really was like, oh yeah, I'm going to stick it to Will and Jada, what would he have said? He would have been like, hey, do we have any entanglements going on tonight? Oh, right? You know it, August, right? August Icena. Hey, Will, your wife be hooking up with your son's friends. Ah, look at you. Come on now. And can I also say something else that might offend some people? I've been saying for like forever that Jada looks like G.I. Jane. To me, she's been rocking a bald head before the alopecia. And it's not nothing with the bald head. She's very muscular. Like very muscular. Like her face is very muscular. And I'm not saying the joke is correct. But what I am saying is you can't hit somebody. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Right? That's all I'm trying to say. And I'm not saying you have to sit there and take it and say nothing. I would have no problem if he let loose a 5-minute tirade, all F-bombs. F you, Chris Rock, F this production, keep my wife. Like, I would have been totally good with that. Like, yeah, Will, yeah, I'm on Team Will. But now today, I'm not on Team Will. And the worst part about all this, bring it all back full circle. You guys saw my interview, right? Interview, hit me, bam, this, says this, right? The interviewer says this to me about being black, right? Then I flip it, rock the interview, get in, okay? Boom. It makes that guy feel bad. It makes that guy revisit how he talks to black people. I've now changed the perception of black people for this man, maybe. Maybe I'm the first black person he met, I don't know. Or maybe he's done this every single year and has been able to keep this Ivy League white because people responded based on emotion. So maybe I changed that pattern. Yes? Will won the Oscar for Best Actor last night, y'all. Who's talking about that? This is the moment, y'all, to win an Oscar. You guys know how hard that is? Person is a black person. This is his moment. That's why he's sitting up front. Because they know, man, this is the moment. And now it's all over the place. It's everywhere and nowhere. Does everybody understand what I'm saying right now? Too many of you guys are living your lives based on emotion. And the problem with emotion is that if we allow ourselves to be governed, whether in a positive way or negative way, we allow ourselves to be emotional beings where emotion dictates our action. We're going to have some good days. Some days we're going to feel fired up, we're going to feel excited, we're going to feel happy. But the sad and the accuracy of life is that most of life is kind of, it's rough, it's difficult. Particularly if you're trying to be successful, be a doctor, be a great student. There's a lot of grind, right? And very few moments of, yes, this is pure bliss. So if we're strictly going based off emotion, we're going to have a lot of unproductive days. We're going to have a lot of missed opportunities. And so it's very important that you guys recognize and stop letting people tell you how are they supposed to act. They're upset. How would you react if how you feel and how you react are different? And as Black students and Black premeds, if you're out there, as minority students and premeds, as you're out there, there's going to be very few of you, which means you're constantly, whether it's intentional or not intentional, are going to feel like you don't belong, like you are not welcome. And the worst of this is when people actively try to make you feel like you are less than and like you don't belong. If you want to be successful, if you want that ever to change, if you want that next Black kid to feel welcome, do what you have to do to get in there and be the welcoming committee. But too many people allow themselves to be put in an emotional position where they mess it up for themselves, and also now they're messing up for the next set of people. That's the reality and that's the truth. And that is my problem, again, with social media. Stop telling me how unfair things are. It's such a negative thing. How many of you guys go to your feed and you see, oh my gosh, injustice. Oh, for the match. You guys see I didn't post anything about race at all about the match. There's not enough Black doctors, because it doesn't help. All it does is make all the Black kids out here feel like, dang, ain't no Black doctors? Dang, I can't, it's hard. I can't even do it. Instead, I'm uplifting. I'm like, hey, get your ass to work. Do this. Because it's about that move. I'm about action. You know what I'm saying? Marshawn Lynch, I'm about that action. I don't care about your emotion, your feelings, blah, blah, blah. Cool. But you can feel bad and you can act good. Does everybody understand what I'm saying right now? Like the video if you understand what I'm saying right now. Quit being a looky-loo. Pay attention to me. Let me know you're actually actively watching me in your foreground. You got to step up for yourself, for other people who might be in that same predicament, for your family in the future, for all of you. You got to step up. And too many people punch down, step down, stoop down. I can't stoop down, y'all. I'm too tall. This backbone is strong. It's fortified. I'm sorry. I'm not. You're not gonna find me on the forums like I'm not. Doesn't interest me. I'm sorry. I'm too high level. I'm up here operating at a place where I'm trying to really make a difference, and I can't be bothered in the comment section. I'm sorry. I'm not a bystander. I'm a person of action. All your words on the internet don't mean a whole lot. How are you working? And for a lot of you guys, you spent all day today getting your words out on Twitter, getting your words out in somebody's comments, not recognizing you could have had your ass working today to be an Oscar winner, to be a doctor, to be whatever, to be successful, to be a person, anything, to be a better husband like I am. Children, I hear my children coming in, right? Everybody, stop letting people gas you up. Stop letting people change your value system. Stop letting people alter your truth, your reality, and what you need to do to be successful. Stop letting them color your journey. Get clear on who you are, what you're about, and what matters to you, and let nothing and no one and no emotion tear you from it. And if you're able to do that, man, the sky's the gosh darn limit. Right? Instead of no excuses, just dominate. The new t-shirt, right? It's going to say no emotions, just dominate. Does everybody know what I'm saying right now? I'm not saying you can't be emotional. I'm just saying you can't let your emotions control you and govern you. Because it literally doesn't matter what you say to me. I'm not going to be like, I can't. Words can't go to violence. And your misbehavior, your poor behavior, the way you might treat me in an environment to make me feel unwelcome, you ain't gonna make me quit on myself. And this is what happens. It's stupidity. Oh my gosh, it's all white in there. I just can't go in there. They make me feel unwelcome. They call me the Black kid, and oh my gosh, they think I'm an affirmative action, and blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna, I can't. Nope, I'll sit right up in there with my affirmative action self. Thank you. Right here. Look at me all you want, but I'm here. Even better, I'm going to work even harder, and I'm going to excel, and I'm going to make you feel bad because the Black dummy is beating you. Oh, joy. Because I've said it and I'll say it again. I am an angry Black man. If you see me, look in these eyes. I'm an angry Black man. I'm the definition of it. But I'm a functional angry Black man. My anger makes me work hard every day. Makes me giving to other students who are going through difficult situations every single day. I use my emotions. I channel them to be functional to make sure that my actions matter and count and are doing what I need them to do to push myself forward and to push other people who I care about forward. And anyone who's against that mission, anyone who's against me, anyone who wants to be a hater, you can hate all you want. It doesn't faze me because I'm rubber and you're glue and it bounces off me and sticks right to you with your haterism. Does everybody understand what I'm saying right now? All right. I meant to go 10 minutes. We're at 30 minutes. So I'm going to leave. But I want everyone to understand. Be very clear on this. People who are posting memes today about this are not your friends. Because you cannot be, you cannot feel like, oh, this was wrong on Chris Rock or this is wrong on Will Smith and still be posting memes. And you can't let people continue to point to how the world is so unfair and point to that and bring that negativity to your space when you are already emotionally overwhelmed already. Instead, you got to be on your own path, focusing on your own actions and get there. Because it's too easy to get caught up in somebody else's rigmarole. Does everybody understand what I'm saying right now? Okay, then we've hit the mark. I hope everybody got something out of this today. If you're ready to level up, y'all, if you want to separate your emotions from your actions, you need some systems, and I got systems for you guys. The website is thestudydoc.com. I make no apologies for trying to make you guys better. So stop being less than what you could be, guys. Get some systems in place, get educated, right? And get on it and start being functional. So the website is thestudydoc.com, y'all. My YouTube channel, you guys know it. It's at The Study Doc, right? You can find me, Dr. Pinesett. I've got tons of videos on there. Like now I've crossed 500 videos on YouTube, and they're long, 30 minutes. It's not 2 minutes, right? So get at me. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful, incredible day, and don't let negativity bring you down. Don't let emotions get you down. Get to your work, y'all. Put some stuff in, get educated, and let's go. It's time to level up, y'all. It's time to be better than slapping people on the stage. It's so weak. I lost so much. It's so weak. And anybody have a bad moment, but that was weak, y'all. It was insecure, right? It was insecure. It was out of control. I can't even, I'll have a hard time. And I loved, if you guys didn't see King Richard, please go see that movie. Talk about emotional and using functional. And actually today, did you guys see it? Richard Williams came out and talked about it. And he was like, listen, I don't know all the details of that, but we don't condone violence at all unless it's self-defense. And that's the reality. And Will Smith tried to weave it into his speech like, yeah, I'm a defender of people. And buddy, you foul. It's terrible. You can't, it's terrible. You can't, I'm a defender of the people. I'm doing this. I'm making a stand. You ain't making no stand for nobody. You're out of control. You're emotional. You're out of it. You're weak sauce. You slapped a man who was defenseless on the stage. He's a comedian doing a comedy thing. Cameron? I hear one of my children scratching the door. All right, everybody, have a wonderful evening. As always, guys, no issues, just dominate. Go be great. Let's go, y'all. I'll be live back action again on Wednesday night, I believe. So Wednesday night, you guys can catch me every Wednesday, 5 p.m. I'll have a new upload on my YouTube channel. Get to my YouTube, y'all. Get to my podcast. Get the long-form content because stuff is nuanced. There's messages here, and we got to get more informed than a headline, than a meme. We got to do better than that. So, yeah, I'll see y'all Wednesday. We'll be at it. I'm going to add the link so you guys can save the date, whatever, in a couple minutes here. But if you have not already, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel and then turn on the notifications. Toggle the bell so you can come live action with us today, y'all. We had over 100 people on here today. I'm happy about that, right? You guys know now I'm back kind of on social media a little bit, but I can't stand social media because a bunch of haters, a bunch of superficial cats, a bunch of people who are not trying to get better, just trying to be emotional, trying to be heard and understood. I'm not with that. I'm with elevating. So if you're ready to be elevated, here's the place to be, y'all. So everyone, have a wonderful evening, wonderful night. I'm going to hang out with my kids. Peace, y'all. That's it for another episode of the Study Doc Show. Show your love by smashing the like button and commenting in the box below. Today is the day, guys. No more excuses, no more complaining. You're going to take your future into your own hands. You're going to dominate. You're going to be successful. I challenge you. What are you going to do today to make your life better? Get to my website, thestudydoc.com. Grab a free ebook. Sign up for a free webinar. And if you're really ready to transform, enroll in one of my life-changing courses or coaching programs. You have greatness inside you. Let me show you how to unlock it so you can dominate and make your dreams a reality. No excuses, just dominate.